I'll be going over some aspects of Blue Protocol in this video. Changing your class. The class-changing NPC is located here in town. You can freely change classes in this game without any penalties or cost, and it is unlocked somewhat early on in the storyline. All you need is a level 1 weapon for that class if it's your first time changing to it. There is a weapon store here to buy them if needed. Note that you can only change classes while in town from a class-changing NPC. Inner Imajins or crafted armor. The Battle Imajins and Inner Imajins crafter is located here in town. Armor in this game is called Inner Imajins, and they do not affect appearance. The only thing that affects appearance are your glamour slots. You can get glamour with GC or maybe a cash shop in the future. Glamour is just cosmetic and does not give stats. You get 6 different Inner Imajin slots with unique shapes. When crafting an Inner Imajin, you get a random ability stat stated here, and a random quantity of that ability here. So you will sometimes want to craft more than one of the same Inner Imajin. You can see here that one of my Inner Imajins gives 150 HP. These abilities are all displayed over here on your ability chart. Upgrading your Inner Imajins requires upgrade materials. There will be a tooltip to tell which material is crafting and which is upgrading. Crafting new Inner Imajins and getting rid of this not yet crafted tag will unlock your character's rank. Higher ranks unlock new Imajins to craft and other rank restricted activities in the game. Crafted weapons. You can craft new weapons here in town. Weapons also have an RNG roll that you can get when crafting one. These are pretty much slots for extra stats like damage, and you can roll for 1 to 4 slots max. These slots are filled when fusing specific mats to your weapon. If you fuse extra stats to your weapon, they will normally be displayed here. Along with a random amount of slots, you can also roll for a random killer stat. This is pretty much bonus damage to a specific monster race. As you can see on this weapon, it says Quad Arm Killer, and the monster in this clip is that monster type. This weapon says Boar Killer, so boar type monsters will take more damage from this weapon. Battle Imajins. You get 2 slots to equip what are essentially skills, and they come in monster shapes. You can craft these in town, and on top of being a skill, they also give some stats. Imajin skills are either damage or give some kind of buff. The setup I had in beta was a wolf that gave me an attack buff and a goblin that did damage. And if you haven't guessed what crafting something does yet in this game, then you're in for a surprise. Crafting Battle Imajins also comes with an ability stat that is surprise surprise RNG, so crafting the same one more than once might be necessary. Note that all crafted items will display where to get the item with the small tooltip. Battle Imajins, Inner Imajins, and weapons all have this. For example, this Inner Imajin requires a material from the monster Horn Goat at this location. And this material is a gathering material at this location. There are a lot of RNG factors involved when crafting in this game, so getting your best in slot might take a while. Battle Score. This is pretty much like the eye level or item level of most other games. You need battle score to use the mission tab or dungeons. These numbers here indicate what battle score you need to enter this dungeon or this PvE arena. You can gain battle score from equipping better Inner Imajins and weapons. Challenge quests and hunts. There are special force-spawned monsters in the open areas, and they usually drop crafting materials, notably for Battle Imajins of that spawned monster. They also give a good chunk of EXP if you're around its level. It seems like you spawn them by killing the same type of monster over and over, and they respawn pretty fast depending on how many people are killing them. This makes me think that it's spawned by killing a certain amount of the same monster. Skill layout. One nice touch to the skill system is that all classes across the board have the same amount of buttons. The default key layout for the game is also well thought out. I think it is a layout that most people can use. All classes get 4 basic skills, 2 Imajin skills, an ultimate skill, dodge roll, and sprint. So you only need to manage 9 buttons that are already close to your WASD. And if you think C is hard to reach, C is typically some kind of buff that has a relatively long cooldown. I do hope that they don't increase the amount of buttons, or if they do, at least make it manageable. It's refreshing to see a game that actually has a default keyboard layout that makes sense. That covers most of what I thought was important about Blue Protocol. Leave a comment below if there's anything interesting you thought I missed.